Welcome back, mates. As we said in the previous video, we are going to deal with the Manoeuvers questions. So let's check out one of the questions. Indicate the maneuver of a ship caught by the cyclone in the southern hemisphere, in the dangerous semicircle, in the path or nearly in its path, close to the center. Select 1. A. Keep the wind on the starboard quarter 20 to 25 degrees and sail at full speed, 6 feet permitting, and proceed towards the navigable semicircle. B. Keep the wind on the port bow 20 to 25 degrees and sail at full speed, 6 feet permitting, and proceed towards the navigable semicircle. C. Keep the wind on the port quarter 20 to 25 degrees and sail at full speed, 6 feet permitting, and proceed towards the navigable semicircle. Most likely, what you are going to see in the Licenta exam question concerning maneuvers, they will always bring either from 20 degree to 25 degree or from 10 degree to 45 degree. In this question, we have 20 to 25 degree. Other questions, you might find 10 degree to 45 degree. But what is more important is for you to know how it works with this table. I'm going to explain this table for you, and whichever question that concerns maneuvers, you are going to solve it as simple as possible. The north. Whenever you see any question with the north, remember the answer will always go with starboard. If you see any question with south, remember the answer will always go with port. But what about the quarter, the bow for the questions? Because if you check the previous question, you will see that you have quarter, you have bow. Which one do you know would be the correct answer? If you can check, there is southern hemisphere here. And I said if you see anything southern, it has to do with port side. So either B or C will be the correct answer. But how do you know if it is bow or quarter? With this table, it's very simple. 20 to 25 degree always goes with quarter, either in the north or in the south. And 10 to 45 degree always goes with the bow, either in the north or in the south. So what you just need to know is north is starboard, south is port side. Okay, the question has 20 to 25 degrees, so it is quarter. That means the answer would be starboard quarter. Oh, the question has 10 to 45 degrees. 10 to 45 degrees for bow. And in the question we have north. That means the answer will be starboard bow. And also, in most of the questions you will see close to the center, navigable semicircle, either for the northern hemisphere or for the southern hemisphere. Once they end the question with close to the center and navigable semicircle, the answer always goes with quarter 20 to 25 degrees. And as for the dangerous semicircle, whenever you see any question ending with dangerous semicircle, the answer always ends with 10 to 45 degree bow. Then you just have to select for north, which is starboard, and south, which is port side. So let's try the questions out with this table. In this question, he asked, indicate the maneuver of a ship caught by the cyclone in the southern hemisphere, in the dangerous semicircle, in the path or nearly in its path close to the center. A. Keep the wind on the starboard quarter 20 to 25 degrees and sail at full speed, 6 feet permitting, and proceed towards the navigable semicircle. B. Keep the wind on the port bow 20 to 25 degrees and sail at full speed, 6 feet permitting, and proceed towards the navigable semicircle. C. Keep the wind on the port quarter 20 to 25 degrees and sail at full speed, 6 feet permitting, and proceed towards the navigable semicircle. The correct answer is C, but why is A and B not the correct answers? Let's analyze the situation. Like I said earlier, in the southern hemisphere, the correct answer will be port. A does not have any port side. It has starboard, so definitely it's out of the equation. B has port, but it is not correct. Why? Like I said, when it has 20 to 25, it goes with quarter. It is only when it has 10 to 45 degrees, that is when it goes with bow. So if you check C, it has port for the south and also 20 to 25 quarter. That is why it is the correct answer. And also, I have a diagram for that particular question. In the southern hemisphere, the vessel is caught in the dangerous semicircle and is proceeding to the navigable semicircle. So you have to keep the wind on the port quarter with 20 to 25 degrees. So these are recommended maneuvers for sailors at sea. Whenever you encounter any cyclone situation, you execute these maneuvers. And also, there is a little note here: do not cross cyclone track unless the sea is greater than 300 nautical miles ahead of the storm and crossing from right to left. So let's proceed to the next question. Indicate the maneuver of a ship caught by the cyclone in the northern hemisphere in the dangerous semicircle. A. Keep the wind on the port bow between 10 to 45 degrees and sail at full speed, sea state permitting. B. Keep the wind on the starboard quarter between 10 to 45 degrees and sail at full speed, sea state permitting. C. Keep the wind on the starboard bow between 10 to 45 degrees and sail at full speed, sea state permitting. C is the correct answer. Let's check the others. A. It has port. Which hemisphere are we dealing with? We are dealing with the northern hemisphere, and for the northern hemisphere, it's always the starboard. So since we have port here, A is no longer correct. B has starboard, which is correct for the northern hemisphere, but it has quarter for 10 to 45 degrees. Like I said, for 10 to 45 degrees, it goes with the bow, either for the north or for the south. So we have starboard quarter here, which is not correct. And if you check C, it has starboard for northern hemisphere and bow for 10 to 45 degrees. So C is the correct answer. And here is an image of the answer for the question. Our ship is caught in the dangerous semicircle in the tropical cyclone, and we are keeping 10 to 45 degrees, the wind from the starboard bow. So this is how it looks like for the diagram or in real life situation. Let's go to the next question again. Indicate the maneuver of a ship caught by the cyclone in the southern hemisphere in the dangerous semicircle. Once you hear southern hemisphere, you should ask southern. It should be the answer must be port. But let's check if it is 20 to 25 degrees or 10 to 45 degrees. And if you check here, we have 10 to 45 degrees. You don't even need to waste your time to check the other question. South is port, 10 to 45 degrees is bow. So the correct answer is A. It's very simple. With that table, you are able to solve any question relating to 20 to 25 degrees, 10 to 45 degrees, either in the northern hemisphere or in the southern hemisphere. Just know the south is always port, the north is always starboard. 20 to 25 degrees always deals with quarter. 10 to 45 degrees always deals with the bow. In most cases, you will find 10 to 45 degrees for dangerous semicircle, either in the northern hemisphere or in the southern hemisphere. I think Okay, here is a diagram for the answer to the previous question. Our ship is caught in the dangerous semicircle and we are keeping the wind on the port bow 10 to 45 degrees in the southern hemisphere. I think these are all the questions. Oh, there is one left. So this is also maneuvers too, but you won't find anything 20 to 25 or 10 to 45. If you check here, you have indicate the maneuver of a ship caught by the tropical cyclone in the southern hemisphere in the navigable semicircle. In the navigable semicircle. Once it ends in the navigable semicircle, remember the southern hemisphere, we always take the port. We always use the port. And in the northern hemisphere, we always use the starboard. So definitely the answer that will be correct here will be something relating to the port. But how do we know it is bow or starboard or quarter? Sorry, whether it is bow or quarter. We will know it is bow, sorry, it is quarter. Why? Because let's go to the question, to the table again. So in this question, I said, if you see anything, any question ending with navigable semicircle, the correct answer will go with quarter. Then you just have to find whether it is in the north or in the south to combine starboard with quarter, port with quarter. So going back to our question, you can see in the southern hemisphere, in the navigable semicircle, the correct answer is port quarter. So it's easy as that. And here is the diagram for the representation to the previous answer. We are in the navigable semicircle, caught by the wind, so we are keeping port quarter 20 to 25 degrees and sailing away from the cyclone. I believe these are all the questions you will encounter concerning maneuvers. Thank you very much for watching, and in the next video we'll talk about the second one.